So we are on our way to Toowoomba to ASG again. How many times have you been now?
I've been twice. This will be third time.
Okay, so that's 4. I went once without you. You went once without me. Same.
Yeah, same.
Building a car and trying to film it when you're not around the corner is slightly challenging. Our friends at ASG have been really helpful at keeping us in the loop. They called today, this morning, and said the painters have done a fantastic job. They're running ahead of schedule. We're expecting a call in the next few days. Can you be there this afternoon?
So now we're on the road.
Yeah, thankful for wonderful people like this that now are on Team BAW that can just drop everything else and drive to Toowoomba, and Brent is doing a school drop-off and do the amazing dad things as well as running the workshop while we're not there. So that's what we're doing. Very cute that the painters are very excited to be movie stars. So, which is great because they've kept us in the loop. I think we're going to see some painting today. I have bought this. This is my original swatch from when I chose the Nori Green for our Landcruiser 2 years ago now. Nearly exactly, which is kind of a bit ironic. So we're going to go see what colour we've chosen. I hope it's okay because we chose via the internet and then FaceTime. So let's see how that goes.
What's happening?
My car's getting painted. We are driving up the range. Today is the last day that we're driving up to ASG to film our 200 because we are driving it back to Brisbane. I mentioned on a live on Instagram about that there was a funny story with the colour. We were originally going to wrap the car, but you obviously have to paint the 200 after it's been chopped. You cannot vinyl wrap over fresh paint. You need to wait 6 to 8 weeks. So we had this dilemma of the 4-wheel drive shows coming up. It's going to be a tight deadline, and I didn't want to put the car in the standard Eclipse black. I just didn't want to do that at all. So we flipped the idea on its head and decided on the fly to paint it, which was never the plan. So me and Sean, quick, we've got half an hour, find 3 green, because it has to be green, just has to be, paint codes, send them to ASG to test. We did that. We sent 3 paint codes through. 2 of them they managed to do swatches for. James FaceTimed Brent and was like, here's the 2 colours. One was hideous green. It was way too green. We're like, we're going to look like, I don't know.
The Hulk.
The Hulk, yes, that's great.
Or Shrek.
Yes. Which is great, just a little bit too green. The other one, we're like, oh, that looks amazing. It's close to the 79, but it's not the same. Just do that. So I chose a colour by FaceTime. Fast forward a couple of weeks, Luke and I drive up to view the paint in the paint booth with this amazing painters that let us film and invade their space. I'd bought the swatch from the 79 with me
To compare.
Much to my horror, it's the same colour. It's very loud in here, so I don't even know if you're going to be able to hear me. I'm so excited. I was worried, but I'm excited now. The exact same colour. So in my haste to choose a colour, I chose this colour. It's called Terrane Khaki Metallic. It is a Lexus colour. In the photos I found, in all of the images, it looked completely different. I found the paint code. I don't even know how I missed this point. It's the same paint code as Nori Green Pearl.
They're just called something different in each country.
I'm like, I don't even know how I missed that. 6x4. I had the swatch from the Nori Green in front of me, and I still sent that paint code to ASG. So, guess what? We have two Nori Green. Well, technically it's not Nori Green, it's Terrane Khaki Metallic Landcruisers. So we never intended to have two matching Landcruisers. We'd always talked about it as a possibility before we started building a second car. What about if we had a fleet of Nori Green and then we went away from it? Inadvertently, that still happened. So
Obviously it was meant to be.
it was meant to be. That's the story with the colour. I think it's still going to be amazing. It's done now, so can't change it. Coming home. Temporary tray from James, thank you very much, so we can drive back to Brisbane and we can drive it around while we wait for our Boss aluminium setup. It feels like home. Green feels like home. Doesn't make any sense, but it does. Super happy. Made it.
How did she drive?
It's so different to the 79 in a great way.